Okay, let's start the car and see if, see, it doesn't, I'm trying to start it and it's not starting because the starter needs to be replaced. Hello, today we're going to be showing you how to install a starter, all right, on a Toyota Sienna. This is a Toyota Sienna 2001. Okay, so when you look at your engine, all right, the starter is located right here. That's the starter right there, where my finger is pointing at. That's the starter. So in order to access that, it's kind of in a tight space. I would remove the battery first. Okay, disconnect the battery and remove the battery. So I'll have enough room to start working on that starter right there. Okay, I'm using a number 10 socket wrench on one of the nuts on the battery. So we want to remove the negative first. And take the terminal out. Just set it here somewhere. And for this end, we'll take a 1/2 with an extension, 1/2 socket wrench. And then remove this positive side. Now there's going to be another bolt here that needs to be removed. So you have to remove that and this, the brace, the bracket that holds the battery down. Let's try the number 10. That one fits. Number 10 fits. Okay, we got the bolt out. Put the bolts where you can find it again. The nut, I should say. And there is one more nut here. So remove the battery. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to remove the battery holder right here. I'm going to take this out where the battery rests, this metal part, and there's bolts around here that needs to be removed. 1, 2, 3. It requires a 10 socket wrench. Okay. After removing all those 3 bolts on this part of the battery holder, I can lift this up a little bit. Get this out of the way. There you go. And it kind of like gives me more access to the starter. The starter's right there, see? All right. So now at this point, I have removed the battery and parked of the battery holder, where the metal part where it rests on, and I kind of like pushed it out of the way, and as a result we could see the starter a lot better. There's the starter right there. Okay, I'm going to zoom it in. All right, there's one bolt that needs to be removed. Okay, right here. Okay, and on the other side of this starter, this identical bolt needs to be removed right there on the other side. This is your connection that you need to remove also. Take this out, and there's a nut here, and disconnect the connector right here too. All right, and this should come out. It's a lot of work, but you know, it's doable. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so as we put it side by side with our new one, so you kind of like see the picture. That's the bolt that needs to be removed right there, and you have your connections right here that I showed you, and this is the brand new one. Okay, you have one bolt here, which is that bolt. Okay. And then your connections here, and it's right here. You kind of like turn the backlight on so you can see that, and your connector right there. So the connector kind of like just, you push this part, you're gonna be pushing on this part right here down while you pull the connector out. Okay, so here we go. Push, and there, it disconnects. All right, we got that one disconnected. Now we're going to take a socket wrench and take this nut out to disconnect this wiring connection. And use a number 13 socket wrench. I already broke this loose. Now we can just unscrew that by hand. Okay. Take the washer out. Okay. Put all your screws where you can find them again, and your nuts, and you kind of like just pull this out to disconnect. All right. Now that that's free from connections, we're gonna go and take one bolt out on the side. Use a 9/16 socket wrench to remove this bolt. I already broke that loose, so I can free my hand when I film. And I can just unscrew that by hand. Okay, now we got one more bolt, identical to that, on the other side of these starter, and that's going to be quite a challenge to reach. To see, I don't have much space in there. I'm going to need some extension on my socket wrenches. I would normally just stick my hand in there and start unscrewing the other bolt, but for the sake of filming, I wanted you to see both bolts on the video if I can. So I'm going to remove the air filter container right here. Okay, so now we'll be able to see better in there on the other side as I remove the last bolt. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. I already loosened that off, and let me screw here, take this top part off. With a little bit of lighting, I can't really film on the other side, but you're going to have to bring and take your socket wrench with you and go in there and feel for the bolt and get this somehow to fit on the bolt so you can start removing it. Okay. Okay, I was able to stick the wrench, the socket wrench in there somehow. There is a bracket right here that is attached to that bolt, the last bolt. Make sure you put this bracket back, okay? Alright, it's kind of hard to film, but there's right there. Okay, I'm trying to show you where the bolt is. The bolt is right there, and it's got a bracket. That one right there. Kind of hard to reach. See the bracket there? Make sure when you install the new one, you put that black bracket back along with it. Okay. So now that the last bolt on the other side was removed, the starter can now come out. There you go. You pull it out. Okay. Take this out here somehow. The old one comes off. There's the old. Okay. I'm going to show you that bracket again after we removed the last bolt. See, the bolt goes here. The one that we removed first is here. And then the next one that was kind of hard to reach goes right there. But through this bracket first. Okay, the bolt goes in this bracket first and then in there. Okay. Okay, so let's install the new one. Okay, this is just a reenactment of what I did when I installed the starter. You're not going to be able to see it that well over there, although I tried to show you. So you got your first bolt. First, this one goes inside the hole. I've shown you the hole on the car, and then your first bolt goes in here. The second bolt with the bracket goes in here. Okay, and then you put your wire connection, your negative connection here. You just unscrew that, and the end of the wire is like a washer. It goes in there, and then you screw it in and tighten up. Okay, and then your connector, your black connector, which is your positive, you just push it in until it clicks, and that's basically it. So putting our new one side by side with the old one, this one fits. The only difference is that this connection right here is on the other side. Okay, so we're just going to connect the wire that used to be connected here on this side on the other side. It's pretty long enough. Anyway, all right. While this is pretty much the same right there. I type in the exact specs. This should fit, but that's the only difference. Okay. All right. Okay, let's put the new one in. Somehow fit it in here somewhere. Somehow it is pretty cramped space. There. Yeah. And just push that in a little bit more. There. Okay. And start putting the bolts back. One on the other side. And then do your connections. And you're done. Now we start reinserting the bolts. One here. Kind of like loosely hand tight it. Get the other one. And I'm just gonna have to kind of like reach in there. It's hard to film. But the bracket I show you needs to go with this bolt. Okay, so fit it in there somehow. All right, if I can't film, I have to stick my hand in there and feel for the bolt as it goes into the hole. Okay, I reached over in there with my socket wrench 9/16, was able to put that bolt back with a bracket and also connect the wire on that side there. It's hard to film, I couldn't film it, sorry. Now all I gotta do is just tighten this up and connect one more connector, and then we're done. By hand first. Tighten it by hand. And use the socket wrench to finish off. Okay, now one last thing is we're gonna connect the last connector down here. Kind of like slide that in there until it locks. In place. Till you hear it click. Okay, and now we're done. We're gonna put all this stuff back, the battery, the air filter, and test it. Okay, now that we put everything back together, it's time to test the starter. Okay. We'll start the car. Okay, there you go. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.